Formatting, I'm going to go in and address the banner where it has January on it. So before I do anything, I need to look at this color because I'm going to make a swatch out of it. This color is 4BC0EF. And you can pick any shade of blue for this. I don't particularly care what shade of blue you pick as long as you are consistent. Your blocks should match what you're about to do next. And I'm writing this down for a reason. I'm going to make this into a swatch with the new swatch button. If this isn't already up, go to Window, Swatches, because you will need this. I'm going to call it light blue. Hit OK. There's my light blue. Next, before I do anything else, I'm going to go into my pattern library. So Library, Patterns, Basic Graphics, Dots. And that brings up this window. We are looking for 10%, 10 DPI, 70%. You can double click it. It will add to your swatch library. It will also apply to any particular lovely little shape that you already have selected. I want to edit this pattern so it's this color, and there's a reason I wrote down the hex code. That's the 6-digit number that refers to that color. In my swatches window, I'm going to double click on the pattern. Nope, cancel. Not sure why. I can also drag this into my swatches. There we go. If you double click in here, it'll take you to a totally different world where you can edit the pattern specifically. So I'm going to select all of these dots, like so, and I'm going to make those dots that same color. So I wrote it down. It's 4BC0EF. Now all of those dots are nice and light. I could change the shape of the dots if I really wanted to. I don't really want to, but you can edit patterns any which way, and you can create multiple copies of the same pattern. Once I'm done, I'm going to hit, I could hit save copy, but I'm not going to. I'm going to hit done. And now I've got two copies. I've got my pattern and I've got my block. I don't really need my block anymore. Come in here, line it back up. And now we're going to make it look a little more like it's fading out. So I'm going to make another actually, don't delete that rectangle. Keep both of these. This you're going to change to just a simple black and white gradient. How do I change my gradient? Well, I change it to a gradient state first. And I want it to look like it's kind of disappearing and trailing off. So I'm going to pump up the black a little bit. Make sure I have this right. I don't want to mess you all up. Yep. And I'm actually going to make this into a transparency mask. I'm going to bring this forward, Command-Shift, right bracket, so that it's on top here. Whoops. Got to switch back to my arrow. And I'm going to go up to Window, Transparency. Brings up this palette. And I'm going to lower that to, let's see what it is here. I want to say it's like 50%. We'll figure it out. Not quite. 10% maybe? Oh, we're also going to change the blending mode. I think that's part of it. Maybe overlay? Nope, that's not it either. This is what I get for reverse engineering. There's darken, multiply. Not difference, that's for darn sure. I think we're going to go with darken. Let's see what it looks like at 100. There we go. So close to 100, maybe 90. That way it looks like it's trailing off. And we're going to group those two things so they stay together. If I wanted to, I could go back and edit that in, but I think I'm happy with how it is now. I just want you guys to have exposure to how that's done. Now is the easy part. I'm going to start doing my text. I just can't remember. My text is not underneath there. So I'm going to come in, just regular text box. January 2024 feels so far away. And I can either mess with my lovely, lovely settings, or I can just use the arrow and drag. Okay, I'm going to make a couple adjustments here. One, I'm going to make the J a little bit below the baseline shift. So I'm going to go back to my character, and I'm going to give that a -5. See how it jumps down? Let's go a little bit farther. -10. And I'm going to make it a bit bigger than my other letters so that it sits kind of like so. So I went all the way up to 89 points. You want it to sit kind of like this. You're going to do the same thing to the Y. Instead of fussing around trying to get the same numbers, I'm just going to use the eyedropper on the J. And it didn't, but it should copy the same letters. So let's go ahead and just type them in. That was 89 with a -10 baseline shift. Cool. Cool. And I'm going to go in, make my text, or my year, white, and I think it's going to be a little bit smaller. Beep. Let's go down here. And I'm also going to adjust the baseline shift on this. It's going to go up. There we go. Still, I'm not thrilled with my pattern, though. I feel like I need to go in and either choose a different one or something. Actually, let's put the text on the numbers layer, Command X, Command V. That way, when I go to mess with the pattern, the text is just on a different layer entirely. And that is the gist of it. I'm going to keep playing with this pattern until I get something I'm happy with. Ungroup it. I think I just need to pick a different pattern. Let's see. That might be closer to what I want. Nope, that was not closer. You can fuss around until you get a pattern that you like. The key here is you want your text to be readable. I don't feel my text is readable right now, so I'm going to keep monkeying with it. But as long as you can get your threaded text... Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, okay. We're just having a time here. Now it's time to call it quits. Okay, bye.